Hi, student. A very good afternoon to all of you. All right. Before I go any further, let me introduce myself. I am Isaya Madan Krishnan, Putana University, one of the academic staffs here. I'm a senior lecturer here. Okay. And I hope you're in the right class. Curriculum management this is your course title. Okay. And you are in the week one. Okay. All right. Students, before I go any further, I would like to talk about our course teaching plan, our quizzes, as well as um, the continuous assessment. Okay, all right. Let me share with you the teaching plan first. Okay, all right. Just a moment. Please bear with me. I will also upload the slides, continuous assessment, our teaching plan, our course guide, as well as our quizzes on our Perdana University model. I will also create one WhatsApp group, okay, or WeChat group so that you can communicate with me. I will inform up to date. At the same time, you can also contact me via email, and also you can find all the materials which I will upload on model. Okay, I believe by now you should have known how to access to P model. If you have any issues, let me know. I will get an assistant from our IT experts from Putana University. So do not worry about that. If you cannot download the files or whatever, so just let me know. I can even drag into our WhatsApp or WeChat, shouldn't be problem. All right. Okay, then. All right. Let me share with you the teaching plan first. Yeah. Okay. So as for teaching plan, let me access the file and share with you. Okay. All right. Okay then. Okay. Can you see? This is our teaching plan. Okay. Okay, all right now. We have total 14 weeks, okay, 14 weeks, and then we have week 13 and 14 would be study week and exam week, okay. So basically, week one, I would like to talk about the introduction of curriculum management and what types of curriculum and all those things together with our little discussions, Q&A, okay, all right. And then week two, we will be studying on major philosophies and morals in curriculum development. Basically, here where how to develop the curriculums with the specific learning outcomes and all those things. Okay. As for week number three, we would like to go through about curriculum theories and orientation. Basically, what are the technical theories which we use to develop the curriculum and curriculum knowledge theory and what I call a learning the development theory. What are the existing theory which they use to develop the curriculums? Probably we would like to refer to the previous research, previous studies, and then we do some work and so on. As I mentioned earlier, right, our continuous assessment also related to our critical review or article review and all those things. Put that aside, later I'll come back to you. Okay, and week four, where we are going to learn about curriculum planning with the specific aims and objective. So when we develop or plan for any curriculum, basically we have a standard steps or standard procedures where we should have specific objectives and principles or scopes or what are the processes of a curriculum planning. Okay, so with that we would able to identify what are the available resources, either online, either a printed material and whatever, so which determine the strategies for the curriculum development. Okay, and week four, um, in line with week four, we have curriculum design where I will teach you or lecture in curriculum design, development and implementation, which is aligned again with the specific aims and objective with the process, where we would learn about the formative, summative, evaluation, adaptations and modifications. At the same time, we will also learn the models which exist, and also what would be the future models or whatever. So, okay, to implement the curriculum in institutions by knowing the strategies and stages. Okay, and towards the end of week 4, we also learn about, sorry, week 5, we will learn about the implication for the teaching and learning. Sometimes if you can see that week 5, probably the elements of that particular topic a bit huge, or probably a few, we may drag that to for a week. So stay tuned with me, yeah. Okay, and then week 7, basically we would like to do the curriculum implementation and evaluation. Again, as I mentioned, that for this also we would like to know the specific objectives, aims, or processes. So with that, we would like we would able to establish a specific mechanisms for the curriculum evaluations or implementations. Okay, all right, and further, we will also study about what are the available models or existing models for evaluation, and also what are the implications to teaching and learning. Okay, and week 9, we would like to study about curriculum controls, implementation models, and supervision and leaderships. And moving on to week 10 and 11, week 10 where we're going to study about the coordination and alignments in the curriculum development and evaluation and auditing, and 11 where we will talk about the curriculum development, value the orientation in terms of disciplinary mastery, self-actualization, social reconstruction, learning process, and ecological integration. It seems you are in a week 1, perhaps you may able to not able to comprehend all those things, but do not worry. Okay, be with me, and I am being with you, so I will guide you. Okay, and we study together. Okay, and I would like to share my knowledge. All right, stay tuned. Yeah, okay. And in week 12, basically, we will do some special issues and assessment. Maybe I would like to talk about our exam formats and so on. In between, right, week 3, week 4, 5, okay, we try to have a follow-up sessions for our continuous assessment number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then shall I move on to I think I'm done with the teaching plan. I would like to move on to our continuous assessment. All right, okay, just a moment. Yeah. Just a moment. Yeah. Okay, as for continuous assessment, right? Okay, we have 3 continuous assessment. Okay, I believe you can see from here. Let me share. Here you go. Okay, all right. Okay, as for the continuous assessment, right, basically we have 3 assessments. Okay, all right. The first assessment, I put it here also in an abbreviation, CA1, CA3, 2, and 3. Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, so so continuous assessment is a reflective essay which entails 20% marks. Okay, and then continuous assessment number 2, they call as the, it is called as a case study analysis, also 20%. Continuous assessment 3 is an online presentation, also 20%. So total for the continuous assessment carry 60%, and your final examination will be 40. So don't worry, we can do it. We do it together. Okay, all right, just follow my instruction. I'm sure you can complete all these 3 continuous assessments. Okay, and the second page, right, this is like you need to complete this cover sheet. Yeah, okay, and attach to the front of your assignment when you submit. And then you have a checklist and also a statement of originality where I will check your plagiarism once you have sorry. Once you have done your this one, I will create a submission column in a PU model. You can submit and that automatically checks the plagiarism. Okay, all right. Now and for CA1, right? Okay, reflective essay. These are three questions. Okay, basically it's on the reflect on your understanding of curriculum management. Discuss how your perceptions curriculum management has evolved since the beginning of this course. Include specific example from reading discussions or personal experiences. Okay. Number two, evaluate the role of stakeholders in a curriculum management. Basically, you need to involve a few stakeholders like teachers, parents, students, or the individual people who among our community in terms of a curriculum development process where you need to provide supporting examples for the to support your effective stakeholders engagement. Okay, all right. And number three will be analyze the impact of educational policies on curriculum management, where you need to reflect on the specific education policy. It could be from Malaysia, from China, or any other countries. By then, it's good for you to talk about your own country, which has influenced the curriculum management in your context. So basically what you have to do is discuss the implications and your responses to the changes. What is your opinion to this particular changes? So it's a simple essay. Okay, all right. If you see here, I did not mention how many words and so on, right? Okay, so first of all, we go draft by draft. That's why I did not mention the specific words which you know, right? Okay. Towards the end, I can give you roughly maybe you could observe your word limit from between 800 and 1,000 words. Okay, just nice for you, or even 800 words that will just nice, just nice. Okay, all right. So time to time when we have a follow-up sections in our weekly classes, right? So I would like to read your draft. Perhaps I will create a column also, draft one, draft two, draft three. So once you have compiled all the draft and then I found it that's just happy to submit, satisfied with your work, then you can go for the final submissions. Okay, all right. So here, as for the rubric, right? You have a rubric where you need to, it's a marking criteria where you need to do your work based on this. If you want to score 16 to 20, okay, there you go. You need to fulfill this requirement. Okay, we always focus on the excellence so that we can produce good work. Okay, all right. And then we have a total points to, okay. So, yeah. Um, Okay, what else? Now let's move on to case study analysis where it is called as a CA2. Okay, all right, also 20% as I mentioned earlier. There are three questions also here. Analyze the curriculum management case study where you need to choose one of the case studies related to curriculum management. You have to analyze them in terms of challenges, solutions, and presented. Okay, all right. At the same time, you also need to discuss the implications for the curriculum leaders. Okay, all right. I hope you're with me. Are you following me? Cool. All right. Okay. And number two, where you need to talk about the evaluate the effectiveness of curriculum interventions. In this case study, right? You need to identify and evaluate the intervention used to address curriculum challenges, discuss their effectiveness, and suggest alternative strategies if applicable. If not, that's fine. Okay. All right. Then number three, reflects on the lessons learned. What lessons can be learned from this case study in terms of best practices in curriculum management? How can these lessons be applied in your context? As I said it earlier, in your context means where you can focus on your own country, in your own place, on your community, in your school. All right, okay then. So if, even again for this also, I did not really specify how many words. Again, back to the 800 to 1,000 words where you can observe your word at the same time based on the drafts. Okay, and I will also create a submission column draft 1, draft 2 for the CA2, and once everything is okay, I will give you green light, then you can go for the final submission. Okay, all right. Now, and moving on to the, I also have provided the answer sheet here just so you can, okay. And then here, case study analysis done. Okay, all right. Now, moving on to this one. I also provide a rubric for a CA2. Always remember excellent, produce better work. Okay, so now for CA3, it is an online presentation. Okay, your presentation is very simple. Prepare an online presentation on a key aspect of curriculum management where you need to talk about the curriculum design, implementation, evaluation, stakeholders, and engagement, where you need to develop an online presentation sharing insights and knowledge based on this existing curriculum design, okay, and how this can be improved in the future. Okay, and number two, explain the importance of chosen aspect. You have to discuss why this aspect is very important, which gives an effective curriculum management, and you need to provide support your points. Probably you can refer back to the previous research, previous studies, and then support with your points. Okay, and the third one, you need to propose strategies for improvement, and based on your research and analysis, where I mentioned you have to refer back to the previous studies, propose strategies, better strategies to improve the chosen aspect of curriculum management in your context or in other relevant contexts. Okay, again, I also provide rubrics for CA3. Again, I would like to emphasize that you should cover all those things. So, in terms of criteria for the presentation, I will be looking into content, understanding of the concepts, your presentation skill, visual aids, critical thinking, and Q questions and answer handling. Okay, all right, so this is what we're going to do for the continuous assessment. Okay, and for this, right, what I will do, I will upload also. Okay, all right, so we will have a better, we can have a better discussion in the future if you have any questions. Okay, all right, and in line with this, let me share you what I call about quizzes, the quiz, okay, which I prepared. Okay, let me share on this one. Okay, okay, here, quiz. All right, okay, quiz here, very simple. We have three parts here, parts A, B, and C, and I have also written the objective. Okay, please read this. And as I mentioned above, there are three parts, right? Part A, Part B, and Part C. Part A covers introduction, curriculum theories, and orientation. B, curriculum planning, design, development, implementation. Part C, curriculum implementation, evaluation, and controls. Okay, each part, okay, like it has more than 10 questions, like a part B, sorry, part A and B, 10 questions each part, and part C consists with 14 questions. And I also provide the answer column. You can just write your answers and then we discuss in the class after marking. All right, so again, this is also, the quizzes also will be uploaded in our order. All right, okay, so